how y'all doing? I got 2 points to make, and you know I'm gonna make some points in between while we're at it. A friend just sent me a video where it's talking about this makeup artist, can't think of her name, but her marketing strategy was the elite. Like, if they got it, why don't you want it? The FOMO piece of it. So I believe that she sent me that video because it's a brilliant marketing strategy, and based on my market research, it would behoove me to discern that this girl next door, woman next door, I'm just like you persona is not a good marketing strategy. It wasn't a marketing strategy. My marketing strategy, if there is to be one, would be I am just like you. I have to be relatable. Why? Because I have to demonstrate for you that what you desire in your heart is possible because someone just like you is doing it. So I understand why things are the way that they are. I live like most of you. I speak like most of you. I look like most of you. I don't put on makeup and hair, so you can relate to me in your most authentic state, regardless of how you prefer to present. You can relate to me in your most authentic state. You know, I'm married to a man like you. I was a single mother. I'm now a married mother who sometimes still feels like a single mother. So I have stepchildren. I have non-binary children. I have sons. I have daughters. I'm highly relatable. I even got a dog. Alpharetta is laying over there. But the point is, this isn't good money. And so that's why I got on here, because the thing that I thought of was people don't support that which they relate to. You want to say your friends don't support you and strangers do, it's because your friends see themselves in you. And so then that led me to believe, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, because the rabbit hole that I did go down is, why don't people support that which they identify with? Now, the old, they don't want to see you succeed, crabs in the barrel because you can't blow before them, yada, yada, yada. We've explored that before. You could explore it yourself. All my videos, I leave points undone. There's a million reasons why I leave points undone, but I leave points undone so you can complete them. Well, I got to tell you what to think. You figure it out. I'm hopping to the next one. I've explored that long enough. I've given you enough that if you're actually... Oh, it's my daughter's friend. She texted me Happy Mother's Day. That was very mature of her. She's 12. My daughter's 12, assuming she's 12. Anyway, I leave points undone because give you a ponder point. I pondered it. Pondered the fuck out. But anyway, what I did ask was, why don't people support that which they identify with? It's almost like they don't want it to succeed. And if the part of me that you don't want to see succeed is the part of me you identify with, why don't you want the part that you identify with to succeed? Why don't you want yourself to succeed? And if you want to see yourself succeed, you should want to see me succeed. Why? That roots back to the beginning of the video. I make this content so that someone like you can look at someone like me and see me do it and know you can do it too. And succeeding isn't monetary. I have for years tried to be a better mother. I am the best mother I know. Why? Because I continuously improve on the mother that I am. And of the mother that I know to be, I'm that chick. I am the best friend I know. And of the friend that I've always wanted to be, of the friend I know I have potential to be, I'm her. I am what I believe now, becoming the best wife that I can be. And even though my bad wife may not be your bad wife, his bad husband may not be your bad husband, that doesn't mean that my version of what I thought was a good wife, but my version, because my definition of a good or a bad wife isn't up to me, because I am not a wife to myself. I'm not married to myself. Spirit said, be specific. Wife. Spouse does matter. Wife does not, because I am not wife to me. Now, my definition of husband is very important. My husband's definition of husband is not important. Why? Because he's not married to himself. So stop pushing your own agenda and wondering why your marriage is failing. But in my definition of being a good wife, I still wasn't the good wife that my husband needed. Now the question is, how do I become the wife that my husband needs and still be authentic to myself? Because my authenticity is very important, but his needs are important as well. So how can I authentically be there for him? And so, me being my version of a good wife almost destroyed my marriage. My husband's definition of a good husband almost destroyed our marriage. And now we're in this space where, because we love each other, I don't know how to love, and that's the second part of this video. I am spending the next 6 months teaching myself how to love. I'll speak to you more about it on Monday. But the love that we do know how to express is why we're still together. If me and my husband separate, it'll be the stupidest thing in the world to happen. Simply because we have no issues. We just don't know how to communicate. He has agreed to allow me to coach him 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day he has agreed, and they're posting on. Now it's not going to post until I'll post when I drop this video. Me and him are in therapy, which is therapy. Spirit told me to keep going to therapy and to not switch our therapist. I was not supposed to. You don't know. You can't think that you're God. Stop thinking you're God. My husband sees that around me all the time. Like, nigga, I get your incognegros. I get it. Innuendos, whatever the fuck. But, stop thinking you're God. If you end up in a room and you think that you're living in your divinity, then you're supposed to be in that room. So don't get in the room and start changing the room up to your liking. Stop trying to make yourself comfortable when God keeps putting you in uncomfortable spaces, and then wonder why you're not healing. So when we got in this room with this therapist, I was like, this man is a joke. I'm clearly here for him because he ain't here for me. But Spirit said keep going. So I kept going I told him we going to therapy, and I'm about to show this man how to heal a person. Every week we gonna come in here, because we went in there and watched on YouTube. Went in there happy, okay, pop your shit, Sam. And now I'll be sitting there looking at Sam like, this motherfucker right here, you're but I told Dre, now that he's open to allowing me to coach him, let's keep going to therapy, because Spirit told me it wasn't for us to get a therapist so good that they actually did something, because then my husband would think that he needs to know who the fuck I am. He takes me for granted. So if we went in there and got a therapist so good that he could say the therapist did it, we had to get a therapist so bad that he would be open to mediation. And I said, well, why do you go to therapy? He likes having a mediator, someone to make him feel seen, heard, and giving him the ability to get his sentence out without being cut off. These are things that I've learned about my husband, so this is work for me to do. Don't cut him off. Make sure he feels seen and heard. Mediation. So that's why we're in therapy. We're not in therapy because that therapist gonna help us. The therapist opened him up to help. So thank you, Sam.